Hey everybody, welcome back to my channel and Happy New Year. This is my first video starting the new year of 2017, and I got an email today and it was from Coastal Scents, and they have the Smokey palette 36 eyeshadow colors palette on sale right now for $9.95. I think it's for just this week, and I've had mine for a little while. And this is the most colorful palette that I have. As far as, you know, I usually wear my neutral shades of eyeshadow. And so this has got a lot of color. And it's sort of like they're grouped in like sixes. Like this is like the brown section, these 6. These are the gray ones. These are the blues section. This is the pink section, the purple section, and this is more of the green and yellow. Well, I guess the green section, this one. So I'll try and do swatches of this at the end of the video. But what I wanted to do was do an eye look using these grays to kind of go with my blouse that I'm wearing. So I've done everything on my face with my foundation and my eyebrows. I've primed my eyelids and everything. So now I'm ready for the eyeshadow. And so I'm going to use this little group down here that has mostly grays. Now a lot of this, there is mattes and shimmers in each color section of this palette. So I'm going to take my big fluffy brush, as I usually do, and I'm going to go into this white looking shade. There's no color, no numbers or anything to know what these shades are called. So this is sort of like it's not a bright white, maybe call it a dull white maybe. It goes with the grays. So I'm going to put that all over my eyelid to set my eye primer. I've not wore this very much since I've bought it, because I mostly got it for if I ever did want to do some color that I would have it. And I don't remember how much it was when I bought the palette, but as with a lot of things, and maybe you're like me, if you watch Emily Noel 83, it's her fault I bought this. Okay, so I don't know how that's showing up on the video, but to me it's sort of like a white with just a slight bit of gray to it maybe. So now I'm going to take this shade. Let me show you. This white don't really show up on my pale skin, but this shade right here is sort of like a taupey gray. It's got a bit of a shimmer to it. And like I said, I don't know how that's showing up on camera, but that's what I'm gonna go for that in my crease, even though it is a bit shimmery. And you know, when you get older and your eyelids kind of they're not as smooth as they were when you were young, like everything else in your face. You want to avoid the shimmery shadows because it emphasizes the wrinkles. But I really like this shade, and these eyeshadows are reasonably priced, and I think they are, for the price, I think they're good quality. And Coastal Scents is where I bought my first purchase online of an eyeshadow palette. And if you watch my Flashback Friday series, I have a couple bigger palettes that I got from Coastal Scents. One of them, the first one was the 88 Warm palette. And that again was Emily's fault. Or maybe I should say I give credit to Emily for that purchase. Now, I don't know if you can see that on camera, but it's a little bit shimmery without being overboard shimmer. So then I'm going to need to clean some eyeshadow brushes, girls. So I'm going to blend that out a little bit. And what I started to say is it's been a while since that I've used this palette. So as far as how well they wear all day and all of that, I can't really verify one way or the other. But usually, unless you have oily eyelids, and when I was younger I had oily eyelids, and that was before that there were primers and all this other stuff to keep your eyeshadow from creasing and just being all messy. I had oily eyelids. So what I finally started doing was using some either foundation or the concealer, and then setting that with the powder, and that helped my eyeshadow to stay longer and not crease as quick. So now that I'm older and my eyelids are more dry, like pretty much everything else about my skin is dry, I don't have that issue with them. So the best I remember, these wore very well. Now you have to keep in mind, you know, when you get cheaper eyeshadows, you know, you're comparing the quality with the price. And so if you can get a fairly decent eyeshadow for a cheap price, that is good, because if you're my age, you've probably had some experience when you were younger that you have had some really bad eyeshadow. So compared to what I've had in my teenage years and early 20s, these are excellent quality. And Coastal Scents, this is not sponsored, so Coastal Scents didn't pay me a dime or anything to say that. It's just, that is experience is speaking. Okay, now that I've rambled on and on like that, I want to take this kind of silvery shade right here, and I'm gonna apply that with my finger, because it seems to me like within the last year or so, and I don't know if it's a difference in the texture of the skin on my eyelids, but it seems like I have better luck, a better application, I should say, of using my finger to put eyeshadows on my eyelid. So I'm going to take this brush. Is this the brush I should do? I'm going to take my desk is a mess. And you know, when you keep procrastinating, I have a degree in procrastination, and so I'm going to take this little E55 Sigma brush, and I'm going to go into this medium gray, gunmetal, whatever you want to call that, and kind of do like, not really the outer V, but close to that. Do the darker gray on the outer V. I'm going to take this brush I started to. It's a blending crease and it's a crown brush. And I'm going to try this darker, I guess you would call that, I've been calling it grays, but I guess it's like a gunmetal. Maybe even a frosty black. And let's see what kind of fallout we get with this. But just kind of darken up that V a little bit. Don't see too much fallout yet. Tap our brush off really good, hopefully. Close. Okay, we did get some fallout over here, and I don't know why, and I may have said this in my videos before, but I always get fallout over here on this side, right in this part. Very seldom do I ever get any on this side, but let's blend that out now. Okay, now I'm going to go back into this taupey shade and go back in my crease a little like that to help blend those colors. Okay, now for the bottom, I'm going to take this matte black. It's not really a deep, dark black because there's another black down here in this corner with the pinks that is a darker black. So I'm going to use the one that's here with the grays and gunmetals. I'm not very good at describing shades. I guess you should know that by now, I guess. I'm going to take this angled Luxie brush and go into this matte black here on my lower lash line. And stop about 2/3 of the way in. Then I'm going to wipe that brush off. And I'm going to go on the inside, I'm going to go into this taupey gray shade. That same brush, and do the inside third. I'm going to take the pencil end of this Sigma brush and blend that bottom lash line some. Soften it up. A harsh line on your bottom lash line makes you, it ages you. I don't like putting limitations on women our age, you know, over the 40s and 50s, in that age range. But I think we can wear what we want to. We just have to adjust it. I think I've said that before. And one of the adjustments that we need to make is to soften the look and not have it so harsh. I don't understand it, but for some reason, if we don't soften it, it emphasizes our wrinkles and all of our other flaws that we develop as we age. So now I'm done with the eyeshadows, and I'm gonna clean up this fallout here and finish my eye look, and I'll be right back. So now I'm back. I've tightlined my eyes and put on my mascara and some lipstick, and this is the finished look. Like I said at the beginning of the video, this palette is going to be on sale on the Coastal Scents website this week for $9.95. And if you're like me and you just wanted to have some color to incorporate into your regular eye looks, or if you have a daughter or a niece, a granddaughter, or someone who's just starting out in makeup and wants to play with some color, or, you know, I think when I think of these colored eyeshadow palettes, I think, you know, a lot of times of Halloween, that people that you know, dress up and fix up for Halloween with costumes, or, you know, things like that, then you've got a variety of colored eyeshadows here, and, you know, you can put them everywhere else on your face if you like, I guess. But I think this is good. Like I said, this section is the purples. I really like that, and the greens are pretty. But the section that I have used the most since I bought this palette would be these 6 right here, because they are the more what I would consider more the neutral, natural shades, although they are quite shimmery. With these 2 are the mattes, and then the blacks are matte, and then like there's this blue section. So this would be good if you wanted to incorporate some color into your eye looks, and if you're like me, you didn't want to spend a whole lot of money to do that because you wouldn't use it that often. And I've not used this palette that often since I've had it, just because that, you know, you can tell from my videos that I really don't wear that much of these brighter colored eyeshadows. But I like to have them, you know, for just in case. You know, and this is an affordable price. So I'll show swatches at the end of the video, and I hope you've enjoyed watching me do this eye look using the Coastal Scents Smokey palette. And did I say there's 36 eyeshadows? I'm going to show you the swatches, and I'm going to start with these 6 and go across the top, and then I'll start with these pinks down here, then the blues, and the grays will be the last. So I'll show you the swatches. So thanks everybody for watching, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye now.